Hi children, as in the course of discussion of concentration terms, in our last video we have discussed about the weight percentage, weight volume percentage, volume percentage, molarity and the relation between molarity and molality and problems related to those two concentration units. So now in this session of our video class, we are going to continue with that concentration terms, and we are going to step into a most important concentration unit, that is the unit which is used to express concentration, which is nothing but normality children. So in this session I am going to discuss regarding normality. How do you calculate concentration using normality? So now we are going to discuss about the unit which is one of the most important unit to measure the concentration of a given solution, which is nothing but normality. So let me first define how to define this normality children. So normality is defined as the number of gram equivalents present in a liter of solution. So it is similar to molarity only children, but there in molarity we will consider number of moles present per a liter of solution, but here we will consider number of gram equivalents that are present per a solution. So there in molarity we know how to calculate the number of moles, which we have learned from the mole concept chapter, that is number of moles is equal to weight of a given substance, given weight of a substance divided by its molecular weight or molar mass. So by that ratio we can find out the number of moles. But what is this gram equivalents here? How to calculate this gram equivalents? So you have to learn this here now. So normality is generally indicated with capital N children. So capital N is equals to number of gram equivalents. Instead of number of moles, we will take here number of gram equivalents divided by volume in liters. If it is given in ml, you have to multiply the numerator with 1000 children. So now let us know how to calculate this number of gram equivalents. So number of gram equivalents is equal to or which is also called as equivalent weight. Given weight by equivalent weight. So for number of moles you will calculate as given weight by molar weight, that is gram molecular weight, which is calculated by using the formula of a particular solute. So here the number of gram equivalents is calculated by given weight by equivalent weight. So how do you calculate this equivalent weight now? We know how to calculate the molar mass, but what is this equivalent mass or equivalent weight? Yes, we can also calculate the equivalent weight or equivalent mass children using the molar mass only. How to calculate this equivalent mass, we need to know that. So in order to calculate the gram equivalents, or instead of number of moles we will use the gram equivalents here. In order to calculate that, the formula is given weight of a solute. A particular solute will be set to you, and that solute's weight will be given for you in the problem, and that should be divided with its equivalent weight. What is this equivalent weight now? So equivalent weight calculation of equivalent weight of different substances. So this equivalent weight is calculated according to the nature of the solute, children, according to the nature of the substance that is being dissolved in the solution. So we have many types of solutes, that may be ionic solutes, or it may be salts, or it may be an acid, or it may be a base, or simple atom also sometimes we will dissolve in the solution. So basing upon the nature of the substance that is being dissolved in the solution, we calculate this equivalent weight. For different substances, we will have different methods of calculation of equivalent weight. So what are those? Let us see. So let us start with the first category, that is for atoms. For suppose the solute which we have taken is in atomic form, like magnesium or zinc. In the atomic form we are taking and dissolving it in a particular solvent. Then how to calculate this equivalent weight for atoms is equivalent weight of atom is equal to atomic weight of atom, that atom's atomic weight, divided by what you have to do is, children, its charge. Its charge. For suppose magnesium, if you take magnesium's atomic weight you have to take and you should divide it with its common charge. Generally magnesium exhibits +2 charge, so that with that you have to just divide it. So now let us consider the second category, children, that is equivalent weight of ions. If you want to calculate, then what all you have to do is, so equivalent weight of ions is equal to formula weight, or if it is a simple ion, you can take its atomic weight divided by charge value. That is how much charge it is possessing on it, that you have to take. For example, if you take SO4 minus 2 ion, and if you want to calculate the equivalent weight of this ion, then what all you have to do is equivalent weight of SO4 minus 2 ion is equals to, then formula weight you have to take here, because it is a compound ion, you should consider the formula weight. Formula weight of SO4 minus 2 whole divided by 2 you should do, because the charge value for this ion here is 2. So formula weight, how do you calculate, children? SO4 minus 2 ion contains what atoms? One sulfur atom, so 1 into atomic weight of sulfur plus it has 4 oxygen atoms, so 4 into atomic weight of oxygen you should take. So now 1 into atomic weight of sulfur is 32 plus 4 into atomic weight of oxygen is 16. So 32 plus 64, how much it is, children? 96. So SO4 minus 2 ions formula mass is 96. Now take this formula mass over here, then the equivalent weight of SO4 minus 2 will become as 96 divided by 2 upon 2. Why we have divided the 96 here with the 2? Because the charge value of that ion is 2. So if you divide it with 2, what you will get? 4 times, so 8, then you will get 9, so 49 is its equivalent weight. So in such a manner, if they give any ion and they asked you to calculate the equivalent weight, children, then what all you have to do is, first you have to calculate the formula mass of that ion, if it is a compound ion. If it is a simple ion, you can directly take its atomic weight and divide it with its charge value. Whether what number it is possessing, whether it may be positive or negative, you just take the value of that charge and divide that formula mass or atomic mass of a particular ion with its charge. Besides the simple elements and ions, they may be, the solute we have taken may be, it is a compound also children. So in the case of compound, if it is a compound, then you have to check whether it is an acid or a base or a salt. And again the salt may include acidic salt or basic salt or neutral salt. So in this category, to which category does this solute belongs to? If it is a compound, you have to check that. If it is an acid, you have to calculate the equivalent weight in one method. If it is a base, then another method, salt will be in another method. So basing on the nature of that solute, whether it may be a compound also, first you decide what is that nature of that solute, and then according to that you have to calculate the equivalent weight children. So now we are going to learn how to calculate the equivalent weight of a compoundal solute if it is an acid. So now the third category is equivalent weight calculation for an acid. For an acid. So if it is an acid, then equivalent weight of acid is equal to molecular mass of an acid divided by its basicity. Its basicity. So this is the formula for the calculation of equivalent weight of acid. What is basicity in acids and bases lesson? We have already discussed children. What is basicity? Number of H plus ions that can be donated by an acid. So that should be taken as its basicity and divide the molar mass of that particular acid with basicity. For suppose we have many acids like HCl, H2SO4, next HNO3, CH3COOH. In this manner we have many acids. For suppose if you want to calculate the equivalent weight of HCl, then what you have to do is children, you have to calculate the molar mass of HCl first of all. What is the molar mass of HCl? Molar mass or molecular mass of HCl divided by its basicity value. How many H plus can an HCl can donate? Yes, it can donate 1 H plus, so you have to divide it with 1. So the molecular mass of HCl, how much it is? Chlorine it is 35.5 and hydrogen it is 1. So total it is 36.5 divided by 1. So again it is 36.5. So the equivalent weight and the molar mass of HCl is same because the basicity is 1. So sometimes it may not be also children, but you calculate and see. So H2SO4 if you take, how do you calculate the equivalent weight of H2SO4? Yes, molecular mass of H2SO4 divided by how many H plus can it donate? So it can donate 2 H plus. So you have to just divide it with 2. So molecular mass of H2SO4 is equal to H2SO4. How do you calculate the molar mass children? So from the formula you have 2 hydrogens. So 2 into atomic weight of hydrogen plus 1 into sulfur, you have atomic weight of sulfur, and plus 4 into oxygens, we have atomic weight of oxygen. So now 2 into atomic weight of hydrogen is 1 plus 1 into atomic weight of sulfur is 32 plus 4 into atomic weight of oxygen is 16. So 2 plus 32 plus 64, total it is 98. So that means here molecular mass of H2SO4 you should take it as 98 divided upon, so 2 because it can produce 2 H plus ions, and if you cancel these two, you will get 49. So the equivalent weight of H2SO4 is 49. Generally it can produce 2 H plus ions, so that I divided its molar mass with 2 children. But sometimes it may not produce 2 H plus ions, it may produce only 1 according to the need of other substance. So consider the basicity according to the equation or the reaction that is going on there. Sometimes they will give you an equation and then they will ask you to calculate the equivalent weight of that particular acid or base. Then check the equation whether all the hydrogens present in the formula unit of a acid are being donated in the equation or not, or still they are not being donated. There are sometimes the acid may be left with some acidic hydrogen still even after reaction. Then in such case, how many H plus ions it has been donated in that particular reaction, that you should consider. So keep it in mind. I will explain you with some examples also that kind of problems later. So now generally I am saying according to its structure, the 2 hydrogens that are present in H2SO4 is acidic in nature, so that I have taken 2 over here. So similarly HNO3, it can produce 1 H plus ion, children. So in order to calculate equivalent mass, equivalent weight, you have to divide the molar mass of HNO3 with 1, because it can produce only 1 H plus ion. So what is the mass of HNO3, children? HNO3 formula is, it contains 1 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygens. So 1 into 1, atomic weight of hydrogen is 1, 1 into 14, because atomic weight of nitrogen is 14, plus 3 into atomic weight of oxygen is 16. So 1 plus 14 plus 16, 3 is 48. So 49 plus 14 you have to do. So it is 63, children. So what is the molar mass of HNO3? 63. So now you have to divide 63 upon 1. So equivalent weight is again 63. So for HNO3 also, the molar mass and equivalent weight are the same, because their basicity was 1. Now coming to CH3COOH, we know that even though it has 4 hydrogens, it can donate only 1 hydrogen, children. 1 acidic hydrogen only it have, that is this hydrogen which is attached to oxygen. So its basicity becomes 1. So now how do you calculate equivalent weight? Molecular mass of CH3COOH divided by 1. So what is the weight of CH3COOH, children? How many carbons you have? 2. So 2 into 12 plus, how many hydrogens we have? 4. So 4 into 1 plus, how many oxygens you have? 2. So 2 into 16. So total how much it becomes? 12 2s are 24 plus 4, 28 plus 32. So 28 plus 32, it is 10, and this one is 6. So 60 is its molar mass. So 60 divided by 1, again it is 60. So in that way, if they give any acids to you, so just how to calculate the equivalent weight of an acid, children? Just divide the molar mass of that acid with its basicity. So according to the basicity value, the equivalent weight of a particular acid may vary. So we have 3 important acids regarding the phosphorus element, most important oxyacids of phosphorus. And as we have discussed in acids and bases lesson also, children, these phosphorus acids generally have more number of hydrogens in its formula, but they will not produce all those hydrogens as acidic hydrogens. So their basicity may vary according to their structure. So if you take H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid, the structure of H3PO4 will be like this. So 3 hydrogens that are present in the formula unit, are linked to oxygens directly, so that these 3 hydrogens are acidic hydrogens because they are linked to most electronegative atom, that is oxygen, so that they can easily come out as H plus ions, so that H3PO4 can produce how many H plus, children? So 3 H plus it can produce. So the basicity becomes 3, children. So if you want to calculate the equivalent weight of H3PO4, then what it becomes? Equivalent weight of H3PO4 is equals to molecular weight of H3PO4 divided by 3 I have to do, because its basicity is 3. Coming to H3PO3, if you take, so in this, if you identify the structure of this compound, children, this acid, children, H3PO3 will be in such a manner where one hydrogen is directly linked to phosphorus and the other 2 hydrogens are linked to oxygen, which was the most electronegative atom, so that these 2 hydrogens are liberated as H plus ions, so that they are acidic in nature and they are produced out as H plus, but this hydrogen, it will not leave the compound as H plus, so that the basicity of H3PO3, that is, it can produce how many H pluses, children? 2 H plus, so that the basicity of H3PO3 is, basicity is equals to 2. Even though it contains 3 hydrogens, it can produce only 2 hydrogens as H plus ions. So then, while calculating the equivalent weight of H3PO3, how do you calculate, children? So molecular weight of H3PO3 divided by how much you have to do? 2 you have to do, children, because the basicity of H3PO3 is 2. So what all point I have to conclude here is, don't blindly see the number of hydrogens that are present in the formula unit of a particular acid, and don't blindly confirm that that would be the basicity value. And now in the case of H3PO2, children, so here 2 hydrogens are directly linked to phosphorus, so that they are not produced as H plus ions, whereas only 1 hydrogen is linked to the electronegative atom, that is oxygen. This will be produced as H plus ion. So how many H plus ions it can produce? 1. So its basicity value is 1, children. So now in order to calculate equivalent weight of H3PO2, you have to calculate as molecular weight of H3PO2 upon 1. So if you calculate the molecular masses of these compounds, children, H3PO4, how much it is? So 3 hydrogens it have, so 3 into 1 plus 1 phosphorus, that is 31 plus 4 oxygens, that is 4 into 16. So 3 plus 31, it is 34 plus 64. So 16 4 is 64. 64 plus 34, total it is 98. So 98 upon 3 you have to do. So 3 3 is 9 and 3 2s it is 6, 2 was left over, and so it is 32.6, children. The equivalent weight of H3PO4 is 32.6. Now if you come to the case of H3PO3, how many hydrogens it have, children? So 3 into 1 plus 1 phosphorus, that is 31 plus 3 oxygens, that is 3 into 16, children. So total 3 plus 31 plus 48. So 34 plus 48 you have to do. So this is 12 and 82. So 82 its molar mass divided by how much you have to do, children? 2, because its basicity is 2. So upon dividing this you will get 41. So the equivalent mass of H3PO3 is 1. Coming to this, H3PO2's molar mass is 3 hydrogens, 3 into 1 plus phosphorus 31 plus 2 oxygens, that is 32, 2 into 16. So 34 plus 32 you have to do. So it is 66. So 66 divided by 1, again it is 66. So in such a manner, whatever the acid may be given to you, you see the molar mass or calculate the molar mass of that particular acid and divide that molar mass with its basicity value. So while checking the basicity, be careful. There you will do majority of you will do the mistakes. So basicity determination is very important for an acid. So according to the formula, if you want to see, you just check over whether it is a monobasic acid or a dibasic acid or tribasic acid, and sometimes they may give you the equation and according to that they may ask you. Then in such conditions, check the basicity according to that equation. How many H plus it is being produced in that equation only. So sometimes they may ask you question like this, children. Calculate the equivalent weight of H2SO4 in the given equations. So H2SO4 plus NaOH gives rise to NaHSO4 plus H2O. And the second equation is H2SO4 plus NaOH gives rise to Na2SO4 plus H2O. So in order to balance it, we have kept 2 here. So 2H2O it becomes. So now we have two equations like this, where sulfuric acid is reacting with sodium hydroxide in both the cases, but the products being formed is different over here. In the first equation we got sodium bisulfate, or it is also called as sodium hydrogen sulfate, and then second condition we got sodium sulfate. We got. So in both the cases the products were different. So according to the products, the equivalent weight may also change according to the reaction. So let us calculate the equivalent weight of H2SO4 in the first equation. So equivalent weight of H2SO4 is equal to what you have to do? Molar mass, molecular weight of H2SO4 upon its basicity. So if you clearly observe in the reaction, children, here this H2SO4 is splitting into what ions? Here only one hydrogen is being displaced. One hydrogen is being displaced by sodium. So it is just splitting into H plus and HSO4 minus ions. H plus and HSO4 minus. And here it is Na plus and OH minus. Now sodium is displacing only one hydrogen and only one hydrogen is leaving as H plus. So that basicity value according to this reaction, because still one H plus is left over with H2SO4 as HSO4. So that here H2SO4 has produced how many H pluses, children? Only it has given only one H plus ion. It has produced only one H plus ion. So basicity here you have to take as 1. Even though it can produce 2, but in the equation it has produced only 1. So according to that equation only you have to take. So what would be the molar mass of H2SO4? 98 upon 1 you have to do. So again it is 98, children. Now according to the second equation, if you see, here sodium H2SO4 has reacted with sodium hydroxide and it produced sodium sulfate, and all the hydrogens are being displaced by sodium. So here it splits into 2 H plus ions and SO4 minus 2 ions. So now it is producing how many H plus, children? 2 H plus. So here equivalent weight of H2SO4 according to this reaction is equal to molecular weight of H2SO4 divided by 2 here you should divide it with 2 because it has produced 2 H plus ions in this equation and it is replacing the 2 hydrogens. It is just giving out the 2 hydrogens as H plus ions in the equation, so that the basicity should be taken as 2. So now 98 upon 2 it becomes, it is 49 joule. So did you get my point, children? So basicity of a particular acid should be taken according to the equation also. Basicity of an acid should be taken according to the equation sometimes. So even though H2SO4 can produce 2 H plus ions, sometimes in some reactions it may not produce all its hydrogens, but it may produce only some hydrogens according to the conditions available. So according to that equation there you should take its basicity. So that is very, very important point. The fourth category is calculation of equivalent weight of bases, children. So equivalent weight of a base is equal to molecular mass of a base divided by acidity. So what is this acidity? Like for acids we have basicity, for bases we have acidity. What is acidity? Number of OH minus ions that can be produced by a base, For suppose if you take an example of NaOH, so NaOH equivalent weight, if you want to calculate, equivalent of weight of NaOH is equal to molecular weight of NaOH divided by how many OH minus ions it can produce? 1. So you should divide it with 1. So molecular weight of NaOH is 1 into atomic weight of sodium plus 1 into oxygen's atomic weight, that is 16, plus 1 into hydrogen. So 1 into 23 plus 1 into 16 plus 1. So total it is 40. So 40 upon 1, so again it is 40. So in that manner you have to calculate. Similarly, if you take MgOH twice, children, magnesium hydroxide if you take, so then equivalent weight of MgOH twice is equal to molecular weight of MgOH twice upon how many OH minus ions it can produce? 2. So divided by 2. MgOH minus ions weight is, magnesium's weight is 24. So magnesium's weight is 24 and 2 oxygens we have. Oxygens each one weight is 16. So 16 to 32 and 2 hydrogens 2. So total 4 plus 4 8 and this one is 5. So 58. So 58 upon by 2 you have to do. So 2 times 4, 1 is left. So it is 29 joule. In such a manner you have to calculate for a base. So for a base, equivalent weight can be produced by dividing the molar mass of that particular base with its acidity. What is acidity? The number of OH minus ions that can be produced by a base. Now the next category is calculating the equivalent weight of salts. Calculation of calculating the equivalent weights of salts, children. So salts we have 3 types. Neutral salts. For suppose examples NaCl, MgCl2, Al2SO4. This type of salts which do not have any replaceable H plus ions or OH minus ion. Still any salt is not containing any H plus ions or OH minus ions, then it can be called as a neutral salt. And some acidic salts are those which have still replaceable H plus ions. Like examples, if you take NaHCO3, NaH2PO4, NaH2PO4, NaHSO4. In that manner, if still that salt is containing any replaceable hydrogen ions, then it is called acidic salt. And we have the third category, that is basic salts, which contains still replaceable OH minus ions. Examples, if you take MgOHCl. So in this, actually magnesium can donate 2 OH minus ions with or displace 2 OH minus ions with chlorine, but one of the chlorine is displacing one OH, still another OH is left with magnesium hydroxide. So such type of salt which is formed by the combination of MgOH and Cl has still one OH minus ion which can be replaceable. So that salt, such type of salts are said to be basic salts. Now let us see how do you calculate the equivalent weight of neutral salts. If you take, then you have to do is molar weight or molecular weight of salt, which is also called as formula weight. In the case of ionic compounds, as salts are generally ionic compounds, you should not call it as molecular weight, preferably you should call it as formula weight only. So formula weight divided by total charge on cation or anion. Anything you have to take, because in a formula unit the charge on the cation will be satisfied by the total charge on anion. So that is what we have learnt in crisscross method. The formula will be assigned in such a way in order to satisfy the charges of both cation and anion. So you can take either cation's total charge or anion's total charge. So for suppose if you take NaCl as example and calculate, so equivalent weight of NaCl is equal to molecular weight of, or you should call it as formula weight, I said, no? So formula weight of NaCl divided by, so if NaCl is splitted into ions, sodium will have +1 charge, chlorine will have -1 charge. So total charge on either sodium or chlorine is 1 only. So you have to divide it with 1. So what is the formula weight of NaCl? Sodium has the weight 23 plus chlorine has 35.5. So total it is 58.5. So 58.5 divided by 1, again it is 58.5. Again it is 58.5. In that manner you will calculate the equivalent weight of a neutral salt, children. So now let us see how to calculate the equivalent weight of acidic and basic salts also with one example. Acidic salt, let us take acidic salt. Example, you take any one of these. Let us take NaHCO3. So then equivalent weight of NaHCO3 is equal to formula weight of NaHCO3 upon still it has how many replaceable H plus ions, children? 1. So number of replaceable H plus ions you should take. So now formula unit or formula weight of NaHCO3 becomes, so 1 sodium atom you have, so 1 into 23 plus 1 into 1 plus hydrogen's weight is 1 plus 1 into carbon's weight is 12 plus, so 3 into 16. So total we have 23 plus 12 plus 1 13, next 48. So 6 plus 8 you have 14, so 5, 7 and 8, so 84 is the total. 84 upon number of replaceable ions, H plus ions, still how many hydrogens we have? 1. So you have to divide it with 1. So the answer is again 84, children. So now let us calculate the equivalent weight of basic salts. So equivalent weight of basic salts. So we have taken the example of MgOHCl. So for this you will calculate as formula weight of MgOHCl upon how many OH still it have to replace or donate, children? 1. So 1 you have to do. Formula weight of this molecule is magnesium, it is 24, oxygen 116, 1 hydrogen you have 1, and chlorine it is 35.5. So 0.5 and 6, 6, 12, 12 plus 4 that is 16, next 3, 4 and it is 76.5. So 76.5 upon 1, so again it is 76.5 you have to take, children. In such a manner, according to the nature of the salt, whether it may be a neutral salt, acidic salt or basic salt, you have to calculate the equivalent weights of that particular salt using their molecular weights, that is formula weight we should call. Formula weight of a particular salt divided by, if it is a neutral salt, total charge upon cation or anion you have to take. If it is an acidic salt, you have to take still how many replaceable H plus ions are there in the formula, and if it is basic salt, you have to consider the still replaceable OH minus ions. So now by calculating or by just calculating the equivalent weights of different solutes using the equivalent weight calculation formulas, you can calculate the normality of that solution. So normality is equal to number of, according to the weight you should calculate as weight by equivalent weight, gram equivalent weight you call, gram equivalent weight into 1 by volume in liters, or weight by given weight will be given in the sum, and gram equivalent weight into 1000 by volume in ml. Similar to that of molarity only, children, but instead of here molar mass or molar weight, you will take gram equivalent weight. That what we have till now learned how to calculate this gram equivalent weight. So besides this, like molarity, normality also has a dilution law. Normality also has dilution law, where you can apply the formula as N1V1 is equals to N2V2, similar to that of molarity only. The normality, the product of normality and volume of a particular solution before dilution is equal to the product of normality and volume of that solution after dilution also. So this formula you can use as dilution law. And like molarity, normality of mixture of solutions which are of same type, the formula would become N resultant is equal to N1V1 plus N2V2 by V1 plus V2, so on, like that. How many solutions do you mix? That many solutions you should add up and go. So these two formulas are similar to that of molarity only, children, dilution and normality, dilution and mixture of different solutions. Besides this, for neutralization reaction we have considered there as M1V1 is equal to M2V2 only, but here according to the normality neutralization can be calculated as for mixture of solutions which are different, generally acid base reactions we will use here. So in this one is acid, another one is base. If both the normalities you will take as the same normalities, equally strength acid and base if you take, then you can use the formula NaVa is equal to NbVb. That is normality of acid into volume of acid is equal to normality of base into volume of base. When both acid and base have equal strengths in terms of normality. If any one of them are stronger than the other, that is in the combination of strong acid with weak base. So then if you want to calculate the normality of that resultant solution which is obtained, the solution which is obtained is generally acidic in nature because acid is strong over here. So in this condition, so the formula becomes N resultant is equal to, which is strong here, acid is strong. So NaVa, generally the product of normality and volume of a stronger component will be greater than the product of weaker component. So here as acid is stronger, NaVa will be greater over NbVb. So you have to do the subtraction of both of these, which is stronger enough, that will be more value and the other one is less value. So NaVa minus NbVb by Va plus Vb. Similarly volume you have to take both volume, total volume you have to take. So in the case of next condition, that is weak acid plus strong base, where base is stronger, then how you have to calculate is N resultant becomes, now base is strong, so probably the product of normality and volume of a base will be greater value. So NbVb minus NaVa you have to take, because we always subtract lesser value from greater value, whole divided by Va plus Vb. So these three formulas you will use in the case of normality with respect to mixture of solutions, generally in acid base reactions, that is neutralization reactions, children. So there the condition applies, if both acid and base we have taken are strong enough, equally strong enough, then you can directly take this formula NaVa is equal to NbVb. If one of them is strong and other is weak, according to the stronger category you should choose one of these two formulas, children.